Alright, I'm just getting in from work. It's about 6:30, so I'm not exactly sure how far I'm going to get with this tonight. But, yeah, we'll see where it goes. Got most of the materials laid out for the anvil base build. Before I get started on that, I'm going to take this outside and put some of this paint stripper on it. Get it out there where I'm not breathing in the fumes. Yeah, we'll get started on this in just a minute. I'll put up a list of materials I have here. You can use whatever you got laying around. I looked out today and was able to pick up this 2-inch Schedule 40 from work. Pretty pumped about that. I was going to use 4x6s, but I think I'll like this a lot better. It'll be easier to move around. Alright, let's get out there and get some paint stripper on this guy so I can get started on the build. I'm going to apply the paint stripper now. It says it takes about 15 minutes before you should check it. After 15 minutes, we'll see if the paint softened up a little bit. If not, we'll just leave it on a little longer. So, here we go. I'm going to put a general amount of that. I can already see the paint coming off of here. I wouldn't blame you if you decide to leave the paint on these. It looks pretty good, I think. A lot better than the blue paint they put on the Achayos. Alright, while the anvil's over there soaking in the paint stripper, this is a quick sketch just to get an idea of what I'm going for. This is a pretty simple, popular design. I went back and forth between a couple different designs and decided to go with this one because it's a little lighter. Guys, making a quick sketch like this is going to save you a lot of time and headache in the long run. I got a rough idea of what I'm looking to do now, so let's get the paint off the anvil, check it over, and then we'll continue with the stand build. As you can see right here, I just wiped this with a rag. The paint's more than ready to come off. Again, this is what I used right here, the Clean Strip Premium Sprayable Stripper. Seems to be working great. I'm gonna get this paint knocked off here and we'll check it out. Alrighty, as you can see, I've got the paint knocked off of this guy. I think it looks a lot better without the paint. And once we get a little patina going, it's going to look even better. Surprisingly, I found absolutely zero Bondo anywhere on the body of this anvil. No major flaws in the casting anywhere on the body. So, yeah, that's a plus. Unfortunately, guys, I did find a major issue that was revealed just after some paint stripping and a little wire wheeling. It is a major issue. I only have this one sample size, so I don't have a lot to look at. But at this point, in good conscience, I can't recommend this anvil. Stick around to the end of the video and I will show you exactly why. But for now, enjoy the anvil stand build. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of scrap I have for the top of the anvil stand. I'm going to cut this guy to fit right in front of the anvil, another piece on the back so it doesn't slide back and forth while we're working on it. And then this is going to go just like this. It's going to have a bolt coming through with a nut, both sides of the anvil. That should keep it nice and secure. I'm going to cut it off with the bandsaw and try to reduce a little bit of grinding here. Just kidding. Did I say I was going to do that? Let's take this over to the old Evolution chop saw, baby. The Evolution chop saw. I do believe we are over capacity, so I don't recommend you guys do this, but we're going to send it. So close, but so far. We're going to flip that over and try to line those cuts up. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. That Evolution did a real nice cut on the top. Lined it up pretty good. Those Evolution saws, give them a thumbs up. I got one of their mag drills right there. Been really happy with that also. If anybody knows what's going on over here, leave it down in the comments. I'm sure some of you know what that future project there is going to be. Anyway, I'm going to put a bevel on either end of this, so I have somewhere to weld those little stops on. If you want to know more about these grinders, let me know. Alright, all I'm doing here, guys, is knocking some of the rust off of these stops that I'm making. Alright, we got the base cut to size, got the stops cut to size. I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and get the legs cut before I start welding anything up. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and cut these legs. I'm going to do a 15-degree angle on both ends. I just wanted to show you this real quick. This comes with the Evolution saws. It's designed to hold pipe and square tube, I believe. Works out pretty well. That way your pipe's not rolling around, especially on these where we need to indicate, so we can have our miters lined up. Alright guys, I got my 3 legs cut to length, 15 degrees on both ends. They're all within a 32nd of each other. I'll take them over to the belt sander, clean up the ends, get them prepped to weld, and then move on from there. This is the top of the anvil stand, this rectangle here. These are the tops of each leg where they connect to the bottom of the top of the anvil stand. These little half circles out here, that's where the legs are going to be hitting the floor. The way I figured that out, again, was off of this simple drawing. This measurement right here. This is where it connects at the top. Comes straight down and over. That's my measurement, and that is the distance from here to there on each of the legs. I'm going to show you how I'm going to set this up. This is where the top of the leg is going to hit the bottom of the top of the anvil stand. We're going to put the square right where this should be up here. From 2 directions. Then we are going to grab the leg, put it where it's supposed to be on the floor, and rotate it until it is just touching both squares. Alright guys, I just got done tacking this thing together. Honestly, I'm super surprised how well that worked out. So if you've never used that technique before, there you go. Try it out. Let me know how it works out for you. I'm going to go ahead and weld this out. Alright guys, I didn't want to just run through the time lapse for this portion. I just thought some people might want to see how I'm doing this. This is a 1x1/4 flat bar. I just kind of profiled it to fit this portion of the anvil. All I'm going to do here is I drilled some holes in here. These are 5/16 bolts, just what I had laying around. You can use whatever size. Yeah, so I'm just going to hold these in here relatively straight. Put a tack in here so they're welded to the top of the anvil stand. And weld as much as I can while leaving this on so they don't draw too much and it's not too hard to get them back through the holes. Tomorrow I'm going to get out here, dress the anvil, get it mounted. I might make some racks on here for hammers and tongs. Alright guys, I finally got this thing in the forge. Gonna do some work on the anvil here, see how it works out. I got a railroad spike in there. We're gonna make do a simple project here. We're gonna make a meat hook. A lot of guys do this. It's a pretty good beginner project, so let's see how it goes. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed the build and forging portion of the video. Let's jump straight into the anvil review now. Again guys, this is the new Doyle Anvil from Harbor Freight Tools. If you watched my first video, guys, you know just how excited I was to get this thing and try it out. That's what made this thing so much more disappointing when I found the issues I did. This is the only one I've seen in person, so I have a pretty limited sample size obviously. I've been seeing a lot of good reviews online and on YouTube about these. So I don't think it's the case with all of them, but it is the case with this one. Not only is there a major flaw, but there was a conscious decision made by the manufacturer to cover it up. And in doing so, they've compromised the integrity of the anvil itself. When first looking at the face of the anvil, I did not recognize what I was seeing. There were several spots about roughly the size of a penny that were slightly discolored, kind of looked like stains or dirty fingerprints left on the face of the anvil. But once I took the paint stripper and the wire wheel to this, it became apparent what those stains actually were. Guys, those are plug welds. I've identified at least 6 plug welds on the face of the anvil, and they are indeed softer than the rest of the anvil. They dent very easily when striking with a hammer. They're going to show signs of premature wear, and they're just not going to last. It's really disappointing to find this on the face. I was super excited about this anvil. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it now. I might be returning it, trying to exchange it. We'll see what happens, but again, it's really disappointing. Not what I wanted to see. If you are considering purchasing one of these anvils, I highly recommend you have them taken out of the box and inspect it before you buy it. Look at the face of the anvil, look for those staining marks I was talking about. If it has the staining marks, I don't recommend you get it. If it doesn't have the staining marks, I think it would be a good choice. I enjoyed working on it. The horn's really nice to work on. Like I said, the picture hole is in a nice location. So, guys, if you have purchased one of these already, please let us know down in the comments what yours looks like. If anybody out there has the same issues that I'm seeing, that'll really help people that are considering purchasing one of these. Really didn't want to start the channel off with a negative review, but guys, I want to make an honest review for you. I'm going to tell you what I see. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. I got some cool fabrication projects coming up. Thank you to everybody that has already subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.